It's amazing. Hello, I'm a coin investment demon. This time modern coins and antique coins. I would like to thoroughly compare the differences between these two. I think you are a person who is starting to be interested in coin investment antique coins right now. But when you look up antique coins, don't you often come up with modern coins? If you think there are surprisingly many of them, please raise your hand. Let's see. As far as I can see from here, there are about 50 people. It's a lie. Don't you think what's the difference between these two? So today, I would like to thoroughly compare the demon of coin investment, this Hayaman, between modern coins and antique coins. Specifically, the first is the difference between antique coins and modern coins. And second, I would like to talk about the advantages and disadvantages of modern coins and antique coins. And third, which one is recommended. Without further ado, I would like to talk about the definition of antique coins before modern coins. Antique coins, as the name suggests, are old money or old metals. The oldest ones are up to BC. For example, there are 300 or 400 years BC, or about 2,500 years ago. At that time, for example, something that was worth 10 yen was sold in an auction house or other market, and it became 1,000,000 yen, and such transactions were being made. So this is the definition of antique coins first. But on the other hand, modern coins are roughly those that were issued within 50 years. Anything issued last year is also a modern coin by definition. It's modern or modern. The famous ones are Elton John's commemorative coins, 007, and I think they are famous for Stone Mansion, but there are also collaboration coins. Next, the difference from antique coins, as I said earlier, is that the history is overwhelmingly different. It's overwhelming. This is the biggest point. I think modern coins refer to things from the last 50 years or so, but antique coins, well, if you think about BC, there is an overwhelming difference in history, about 2,500 years. The story doesn't end there. As for modern coins, there are many British coins, and I guess they are popular or popular. Many of them were published within the last 20 years. For example, recently, as I mentioned earlier, there are many collaboration coins such as 007. In comparison, antique coins have a history of about 2,500 years. And there are many countries that have existed for about 2,500 years, and there are many countries in Europe. Since you can multiply such countries, it will be a huge amount of coins. Coins of countries whose names we didn't even know many years ago arrive in our hands today as unused items, as works of art. Doesn't this feel very romantic? There are other differences between antique and modern coins. There is a way of thinking that I call the coin equation, but it requires 3 elements. That is, it is in good condition, and the second is marketability. Whether it is popular all over the world, or whether this is not a market only in Japan, but whether it is a coin that is recognized all over the world. And the third is rarity, whether the rarity value is high. This point is also very important. Status, marketability, and scarcity. These 3 are definitely important equations, so keep them in mind. Applying this to this, modern coins have been created in recent years, so it is natural for them to be beautiful. The condition is okay. In the first place, rarity gives us the number of copies issued, so there is information about how many copies are limited. If you think about it in that way, the rarity is perfect. As for marketability, the mint will launch it in the form of a limited number of copies at any time, and it will be released now, so in that sense, it is a good idea to be able to attract attention. On the other hand, antique coins are very rare to find beautiful ones. For example, isn't it amazing that coins from 300 or 400 BC are unused? It has not been used once in 2,500 years. It is a complete work of art. Even if they are equally beautiful, they are of high value, because the range of rarity is too different for that. In addition, coins, even if they are of the same type, are not all left in a clean state. After all, there are really few things that are in a clean state. Therefore, the rarity of beautiful coins is higher than that of modern coins. I think it's a major premise to be beautiful in the first place, but on top of that, the number of beautiful coins is small. There are really few. You can imagine that when the 3 equations are combined, the value will be as high as a demon. For example, Kana Hashimoto is a celebrity and cute, but it's natural. I'm young in my 20s, and I think there are many people of the same age who are just as beautiful. You will also be Chihoya. In exchange, Mrs. Devi, a celebrity, is also beautiful at that age. He's over 70, that person. Isn't it amazing? Is she cute in her 20s or beautiful in her 70s? Just because you are a celebrity, you are highly rare. But if you are Beautiful even at the age of 70, your rarity will increase even more. The modern coin is Kana Hashimoto, and the antique coin is Mrs. Devi. Isn't it easy to understand? It looks like you'll be a little angry. That said, it's not that I like mature women. Next are the advantages and disadvantages of modern coins and antique coins. The advantage of modern coins is that they are easy to understand. Whether it's a coin from Elton John or 007's tie-up or a gold coin medal, I think it's very easy for fans to understand their value. Also, since it is a recent coin, it is a record of the number of coins issued, and the point is that this is easy to understand and trust. On the other hand, the disadvantage is that the price fluctuates greatly. For example, a coin of 500,000 coins bought a month ago will become 600,000 yen in the next month, or something that has become 600,000 yen will become 490,000 yen as a marketability. Since it was published now, the fluctuations are still severe. It will be a battle, but there is also a risk that you will tend to get caught up in the price fluctuations. The advantage of antique coins is that they have a lot of transaction history. The fact that we have a lot of history means that we professionals can analyze it thoroughly. How much price have you traded at in the past? How long is it on the market? And is it rare enough? So I wonder if it's reasonable to buy it at this price now, or is it a point that I can buy it even though it's so expensive right now? The strength of antique coins is that they can be traded stably to some extent. On the other hand, the disadvantage is that this also has a lot of transaction history. They are two sides of the same coin. I think many people find it difficult to analyze if they have a lot of transaction history. But those things, leave it to me. This Hayama will consult with you for 90% of the fee. Only 90%. It's big. Consultation is free online in the overview column, so please feel free to contact us at any time. So based on these, which one is recommended? Modern coins for those who like new things, and antique coins for those who want to make stable long-term investments. That said, it's a case-by-case basis, so I don't know which one is correct. If you are a beginner or want to collect coins, modern coins are recommended. But if you want to invest in coins as a long-term investment or asset management, I definitely recommend antique coins. What did you think? Let's review it again. First, antique coins and modern coins have different histories, so their value changes. And second, the advantages of modern coins are easy to understand. The disadvantage is that the price fluctuates greatly. The advantage and disadvantage of antique coins is that they have a lot of transaction history. But if you consult with me, Hayaman, you can solve it in one shot. And the third and final one, which I recommend, is still antique coins. This is because there are records that tell the story of the length of history. So I think the point that it is easy to make a decision when investing will be a big difference. Yes, did you understand the difference between antique coins and modern coins? If you understand, can you raise your hand? I see. It seems that about 4 people understood. Well, so that I can do better, well, I'll keep putting out videos, so please subscribe to the channel and watch other videos. That's all for today. Good night. Yes, good evening. I was able to make it easy, so I made this a little bit